This is my audition tape for my vlog. It's not actually how I planned to start that, but that's the first word that came out of my head. In the interest of staying outside and getting outside, is this not outside? Can you see me? So, I have a very special announcement to make. The special announcement is, doing YouTube Shorts is good for subscriber growth. That is something I've learnt. That is something I am doing. And now I'll prove that I can walk around my balcony. My socks just got wet. That's not good. Is this a bit too strange? I'm kind of hoping that you can see. Let's see. I'm kind of hoping that there'll be some lightning again on display because it's been raining and there's been lightning. It's funny how quickly it can go from nice out to rain. Now, do you know what I just watched before turning on this vlog, or turning on this camera to start this vlog? Is I saw this video of this guy who did his daily routine, and he woke up at 4:30 a.m. and he was in bed reading by 10 o'clock. But in that time he did 3 workouts, did lots of work, and I guess it's this kind of content creator life. And it's interesting, he did something that before he ate his lunch, he prayed. And I find that interesting because his whole content is around objectifying women, and yet he prayed. Is that not a strange irony? But that's not for me to judge. And I shouldn't judge, even though I'm struggling not to right now. Because I also don't like this kind of unrealistic narrative that lots of people are putting out there about how this kind of grind life. You know, the reality of me and my wife's day to day is that we always want to be productive, but our day kind of started like a that's waking up, that's sleeping, and then waking up and going to an immediate, we had a tough start to the day. Both of us, actually. But not because we were upset with each other, not because we did anything wrong. We just had a tough start to the day. We didn't sleep well, and oh, did you see that? Yeah, we had a tough start to the day. So our day was not as productive. But you know, in that time I wrote half that script. I've written half of it and I'm going to finish it today. I also did an episode outline for something else as well. So I've actually done stuff. Whoa. That thunder was far away, or that lightning was far away. So it's like I have done stuff today, but it's just not expertly curated and crafted to be shown for an Instagram video where this guy does 3 workouts, wakes up at 4 a.m. and goes to bed at 10 a.m. You know, like, how sustainable really is that? How many times has he himself done that? That's my question. Anyway, I've been reflecting, you know, a lot of great directors and a lot of great filmmakers, a lot of great novelists, a lot of great artists, a lot of great musicians, you know. A great musician will probably have listened to a lot of music in their lifetime. A great novelist has read a lot of books. Lots of great filmmakers have watched a heck of a lot of movies. Now, I've watched a fair share of movies in my time. And I was at film school, and I remember my friend, I will say my friend Lorenzo, because he is my friend, still is my friend. My friend Lorenzo said to me that he and I are different, we're kind of different sorts of filmmakers. He's still making films, but hasn't made a film in about 5 years, but yet still claims to be a film director. I'm calling you out, Lorenzo. Calling you out, bro. Because we're going to speak soon, and well, I spoke to you today, actually. And you don't even watch these vlogs, so when you eventually get around to it, Lorenzo Calder Smith, if you make it as a director, I want everyone to know that you only made 1 film in 5 years, and 2 films in the 7 years since we left film school. 6 years since we left film school. So yeah, have that, son. But anyway, I was talking to him, and I remember at film school, we had very similar life together life paths. We both ended up at the University of Nottingham. We both ended up at Met Film School in London. But he was 3 years older than me. Anyway, I remember he's big on watching movies. I really respect how much he watches movies. He's got an incredible Blu-ray collection, and he loves movies. He's one of those filmmakers that just loves movies. Therefore, a lot of his movies are influenced by many different films. He could say, this film I'm going to make is based on this 1957 Japanese movie, or this 1920 Swedish novella. He's that sort of guy, and I really respect it. And when I say all of these things, it's usually from a place of jealousy because I feel a bit basic sometimes as a filmmaker. But I don't like this whole thing as well that you have to be a snob to be a filmmaker. You have to be a film snob to be a filmmaker. What I'm trying to say is that we just have to watch a lot of films. And so, anyway, at this film school, we were sat in a lecture theatre once, and I said, "Hey man, how are you?" I said, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh man, I watched the 4-hour Napoleon film, not the Ridley Scott one, like this old one. This 4-hour Napoleon film, man, it's so flippin' boring," he said. I said, "Why the hell are you watching it then? What's the point?" And he just said, "It's important." And I was like, "What do you mean it's important? Like, your life as a filmmaker is not going to be, you're not going to live and die as a filmmaker off the back of watching a 4-hour film on Napoleon." And it's like we have to find some sort of middle ground here, because for me anyway, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to sit down and watch a 4-hour film on Napoleon. But I do believe in the idea that we have to watch a lot of movies to make good movies. But I also feel that if you want to be a filmmaker, you need to make movies. If you want to be a writer, you have to write. If you want to be a musician, you have to make music. All this stuff, it all goes hand in hand. So Lorenzo, bro, you watched your 4-hour Napoleon film, and you've watched probably 150 more films than me in the last couple of years. But I've made a lot more movies, and we're still at the same spot. That's the thing with me and Big Lorenzo, Louis and Lorenzo. We're actually still in the same spot. No matter how productive I've been, he and I are still in the same spot. It was cool. He's also had some really cool jobs. But he's funny. Got a lot of time for Lorenzo, even if he drives me up the wall. I'll have him on this channel eventually. And we definitely want to be like in that. So you know how like George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, and Steven Spielberg were all buddies at film school, or they were all knew each other when they were young, and then went on to be great directors. Like I still want that sort of. Lorenzo and I still definitely feel that way about each other. And he's a very good guy, despite also being an arsehole. He's like one of those guys that's an arsehole, but he's your friend. Whoa, did you see that? Sorry to the big man upstairs. I shouldn't be talking badly about my friend. But I don't feel like I'm talking badly about it, because I will send him this video if it makes any better, because he's my friend. And anyway, am I getting sidetracked? Let's talk about Spike Lee, one of the great filmmakers of our time. I watched BlacKkKlansman the other night, and I loved it, because it was a funny film about an African American going undercover into the Ku Klux Klan. And it's got to say, I love Adam Driver. What a great actor. Anyway, so this black African American goes undercover into the Ku Klux Klan, and it's a comedy, but it highlights a lot of wrong with like kind of America at that time, and it feels even more relevant today because of how the film ultimately links it to the 2017 protests. And then, since that film was released, you could easily put it in 2025, and it makes just as much sense. I don't know what's going on with the Ku Klux Klan these days, but anyway, this is all to say Spike Lee blends a balance of comedy with seriously important topics and seriously relevant topics. As a great filmmaker, to have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world right now, to know what's going on. And I love Spike Lee for that. And he's been doing it ever since Do the Right Thing, She's Gotta Have It, all this sort of stuff. Great director. And so, just to say that, great filmmakers are those who watch a lot of movies and make a lot of movies. So if you were to combine me and Lorenzo into one movie maker, god damn, we'd be unstoppable. We would be unstoppable. So as it goes, as it so below, I don't know what I'm saying. Neither of us have made it in the big time yet. But we look out to our futures and we believe in ourselves still. But he's older than me. I'm still the young buck. I'm 29, I'm still a young buck. He's like 32. So yeah. Bit of friendly competition, why not? Yeah, man. So it's good. I feel good about writing some of the script today, like getting halfway through it. And as I was writing it, I was like, this sucks. Like, this is not any good. But then I just thought, I've got to finish it, don't I? Because then there's no way I'm going to make it any better. And there's no way I'm going to write anything better unless I finish it. And it's like coming to that realization, you know, in my mind, I think we all have it, filmmakers and writers, we all have these moments when we're like, God damn, I'm really good at writing. God, I'm so good at writing. And then you write something and you're like, God, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at writing. I'm a fraud. And I'm never going to make it. Had a little bit of that today, but we move. Got to finish it, bro. I got to finish it. Gots to finish it. It's funny, when I started making these videos, I was less comfortable just talking aimlessly. Well, it's not aimless, it's all focused in a sense to filmmaking and my experience as a filmmaker. I don't want to be water. But I look at the first video I made and look at this video right now I'm making. And I reckon this is more entertaining than the first one I made. And this is in my living room, looking out, hoping that some lightning strikes behind me. So yeah, blessed upon blessed, doing our best to be better than the rest. Do people like it when I play guitar or not? I don't know. I wonder. Should I play a little bit to see us out? Yeah, if I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All our broken, missing parts, I don't need them anymore. 'Cause I believe, and I believe, and I can see our future days, days of you and me. So yeah, let's leave it there for today. Because you know, guys, listen. Today I didn't get it. Haven't achieved. Ow! Ugh, today I've not achieved quite yet what I'm hoping to achieve. It's not full. It's not. You know, nothing's finished. Made some good steps in some ways, but you know, each day is different from the rest. We're all just trying to make things happen. Got to review my finances too. Got to get some money coming in. We've got some good savings. That's how, if anyone's wondering why I'm able to do this and try to figure it out and try to build stuff here. But you know, the savings won't last forever. So I got to do some stuff. I got to sell my soul a little bit to get some cash coming in. Because I got a wife. And, you know, kids could arise at any moment. Without going into too much detail. Yeah. I think I'm in that sort of mood, man. It's better that I just turn off the camera soon before I say something stupid. Because it's coming. I feel it's coming down somewhere. Should I do the rest of my vlog starting like this? Because I believe that I was destined to be some sort of southern man at one point in my life. But you know, that's not really going for me. It's not for me now. Probably never going to be for me because now I live in Sicily. Living in goddamn Sicily. You know, one thing I loved about living with these, from 2022 to 2023, about 14 months, I lived with 3 other boys. Blessed lads, really. And what's amazing is we all got married within a year of each other, and you know, within 2 years of all living together. It's an amazing period of my life, and I'll go into it another time. But one thing that characterized that house in London, in Haggerston, that we ended up calling the tree house, was the goddamn use of Southern American accents, which I've lost, to the best of my ability, I've lost the capacity to speak in that goddamn voice. But you know, if I think about that goddamn podcast S-Town, and I think of John B. McLemore and how he said, you know, this town is full of proleptic decay and decrepitude. You know what? Actually, S-Town, the podcast. Oh, God, I've got to speak about that at some point more because it's one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. It's characterized so much of my life and me as an artist and what I would love to create. But that is for another time. Can I do that thing, you know, when they jump? I feel like I pulled something.